Our ancestors had to carefully prepare for the winter, and there was not much room for mistakes. All the way back from the start of human history until more recent times, those who prepared for winter well survived, and those who didn't struggled at best. Today we will try to revive one of the habits of our ancestors, walking and foraging whatever edible greens we can find. It is winter, the second day of Christmas, and vegetation is scarce. Before we start, let's be clear on what this is and what this is not. This is not imitation or advice for a real survival situation scenario. This is a fun and maybe even funny at times little experiment to see what we can find on randomly selected forest and what we can make out of it. We will assume we have some basics like salt, oils and similar at home, so I will be allowed to use these little things to make a meal at the end. With this clarification out of the way, let's get our tiny foraging bags and move on. It's quite a peaceful day today. The second day of Christmas means most of the people are visiting their extended family. Also, some decided it is better to work. Maybe escaping meeting with the in-laws with a good excuse. Look at this tree. The only green thing on it is ivy. This can be a great representation of our souls during the workday. Lifeless branches with the hope of the weekend coming soon. This is mullein, famous for many medicinal properties and other different uses. Its leaves are quite soft and thick. This is the reason why in the past, during the cold days, some people, mostly poor ones, were taking these leaves and putting them in their shoes and under their clothes to create additional layers in order to keep themselves warm. This older mullein plant has seen some better days. We will visit these again in warmer months. There is not much we can use them for now unless perhaps we dip them into beeswax and make torches from them. Let's walk around these cliffs a bit and try to find something edible. I did not have to look far to find the salad burnet. It's all over the place here. I won't go into detail for its proper identification, but will say a warning for this and all the rest. Only pick things you are sure about and know how to recognize. Let's go back to salad burnets. Their taste is mostly described as a mix of cucumber and nutty flavor. Older plants are also quite bitter. I tried a few of these and they are indeed bitter, so I will be adding only a few of them. Next time or during spring I will put more effort into finding only the young plants. With few of these gathered, I tried to find something else too. While trying to find anything edible here, I cannot help but stop for a second to think about our ancestors. I am not in real survival situation, but they often were. And picking a few leafy greens would not help you much. It is only helpful for additional flavor and nutrition. This is not food that will sustain you or give you warmth during winter. You need proteins, carbohydrates, meats, oils, fats, nuts, all that. So let's try to find at least those additional flavors and vitamins to help out with our bland food at home. Imagine our tribe is waiting for us over that hill, and all we have to show for when we get back are a few salad burnet leaves. Finally, we got lucky. This time of the year, these are not abundant, but you can still find them. This is wild onion. Picked like this, it can be used as chives. Well, technically it is chives. Some older specimens are quite stringy and may not be as delicate as ones we are used to, but they are still very tasty, and their smell is a typical beautiful oniony smell. Okay, not everyone likes the smell of the onion, and I get that, but I am among those who do, and to me it is beautiful. Sometimes I feel onions are what makes life worth living. When I really love someone, I don't say I would share my last drop of water with them, but I say I would share my last onion. Onions have been with us since the very start of human civilization and probably much further back before we were civilized. When pyramids in Egypt were built, it was used as currency instead of money, and that is not the only time and place when they were used this way. I picked just a few. I am not really sure how they will fit in what I plan to make today, and the way I use them might not be the way it is usually used in chives form, but it will still be tasty. As I was searching for some other edibles, I found this funny guy. It looks like it has some weird funny dress. And then when I looked around I found more of them. This is some type of earth star mushroom. And as I was going back, I was trying to find something else. A bit of chives and a small amount bitter salad burnets is not much to look forward to, even though I appreciate both of them. To be honest, I was hoping I would find some other leafy greens that I could use in today's soup, like ground elder, which I recently found in another location even though it is too early for them, or maybe some goosefoots, which would be a long shot since it is wintertime, or at least a few leaves of mallow, which would add some different texture to the soup and make it look less like a tea, or a random bit of water with some leaves floating in it. But we have what we have, and this is the exact thing our ancestors would have to deal with. Not everything was always perfect, not always you would find exactly what you were looking for. Under the oak leaves, I found something promising. Very young and very fresh dandelion leaves. I tried a few of them and I could taste very faint bitterness. So I decided to take them home, not picking every single leaf from the rosette. I hope I will pass by here in warmer months and see them flower and thrive. Yes, I could pick much more than I did, but I did not want to. This is more about trying things out, setting a challenge and solving it, seeing how it turns out, than it is anything else. I've put the little herbs I had in water for some time, as all these are close to the ground and I want to loosen the dirt and other things before I can thoroughly wash them. I took one small potato and cut it into tiny pieces, just to add some sustenance to the whole thing and make it look less like a tea. I took the tiniest pot I have, the one I use for camping, melted a bit of butter in it, added cut chives and quickly added water since chives could easily burn. I added the tiny potato pieces and after it got softer, around 5 minutes before being done, I put the salad burnet and dandelion leaves. I don't want to cook either of them for too long as I want to keep at least a tiny bit of freshness. The taste after this all, to be entirely honest, it is not something I would order in a restaurant, or that any restaurants would make because they would go bankrupt quite quickly. It is popular these days to pretend wild food and very simple food such as this tastes so much better than anything else, but it is not the case. At least not for today's humans who are used to a bunch of sugar, fat, protein and pretty much anything they could want anywhere all the time. So I won't fool you. When you start with this and try it out, it will be bland. But if we would depend on this and stick to it, our taste buds would reset and we would get much closer to what our ancestors long ago might have felt. Also, this is not bad at all. It is quite edible, and after today's walk on a cold winter day, It made me very happy. I sat in the dark on purpose next to a fire to get closer to that primal feeling, and I can tell you, this does wake something in you. No way I can picture this for you except to say, try it yourself.